Thank you very much for this opportunity. As I just made a remark, Ethiopia is the only African country that has a consulate general, a representation office in Chongqing. This is because Chongqing has a lot of potential, a lot of opportunity to do business with Ethiopia. We have already investments from Chongqing in pharmaceutical, in construction material, and in other areas. Therefore, the cooperation between Chongqing and Ethiopia is a very strong part of our China-Ethiopia cooperation. I strongly believe that if China-Africa cooperation is to be fruitful, municipalities like Chongqing and other public as well as private enterprises of China should invest in countries like Ethiopia. Why do we say that you should invest, you should do business with Ethiopia? We have a number of good reasons. Ethiopia is second largest market in Africa. We have about 110 million population in Africa. Secondly, we have a very young and dynamic, hardworking people and a young population. We also have a strong government that supports private investment, both from inside as well as from outside. China has already taken a leading role in its cooperation with Ethiopia in economic diplomacy. Now, in Chongqing, as I said, foreign direct investment still remains our priority in manufacturing and in other areas. To come to your question, what will be our future cooperation? We'll continue to cooperate with Chongqing municipal government to have more investment from Chongqing to Ethiopia. Second, we still would like to increase our trade with Chongqing because Chongqing has a lot of potential. The whole city as well as the whole area has a population of over 30 million. This is huge market. Therefore, we would like to increase our trade. But in order to increase trade, we have to add value to our agricultural products. So we need more investment from Chongqing in agro-processing area, which you have also, I think, a potential. The other area we would like to see grow in the future is tourism. Because we understand that the people of Chongqing actually are one of the leading outbound tourists from China. And we have Ethiopian Airlines flight actually from Chengdu. So you can easily fly to Ethiopia from Chengdu. So tourism is another important cooperation we need to have with Chongqing. And of course, we would like to see investors in tourism industry. In other words, in hospitality industry, that is hotels, restaurants, star-rated restaurants and hotels, especially Chinese restaurants and Chinese built hotels in Ethiopia. Next year, we are going to celebrate China-Ethiopia establishment of diplomatic relationship at which is our Golden Jubilee. We formally established a diplomatic relationship with China in 1970. So we would like to make Chongqing one center of celebration, and that will be our priority. And I have already called on the municipal government as well as the Foreign Affairs Office of Chongqing Municipal Government to be our partners in organizing this event. These are our priorities for the coming year. The first, I think, is, as I said earlier, that we still need manufacturing industries from Chongqing to have their production bases. We have seen several agricultural machinery producing companies just in the exhibition. I have asked them to come to Ethiopia and then have a production base. So that's, I think, very important, because if you have a production base, manufacturing base in Ethiopia, you can distribute your products to several African markets, to all African markets, because Ethiopia is a transport hub for Africa. You can also sell your products to Middle East and other markets. So that's number one. Secondly, we have a huge construction in Ethiopia. So any technology that is helping enhance and strengthen our capacity in construction is a very welcome idea. Third, we are an agricultural country. Therefore, most of our exports are commodities, agricultural products. We want to add value. Because agricultural commodities, they are very sensitive to market fluctuation. So we would like to add value, and again, we would like to see more enterprises to come to Ethiopia and take part in agricultural process. We have created what we call industrial development in Ethiopia, because industrial parks, sorry. So if you are interested in agricultural value addition, agricultural processing, we have agro-industrial development parks in 4 parts of the country. So you still have an opportunity. And I would like to again reiterate the importance of tourism, both in terms of investment as well as promoting tourism and the culture, because this is a city that has a huge culture, and Ethiopia is also a country of huge. We have a huge potential again and cooperation in tourism and culture. We have 9 cultural heritages, intangible heritages that are inscribed by UNESCO from African countries. Ethiopia is the leading country in that. We have also 3 intangible cultural heritages that are inscribed by UNESCO. So if Chinese tourists go to Ethiopia, definitely they will have different products, tourism products, which will show the ancient civilization and heritages of Ethiopia. We believe that that will be a very important people-to-people relationship. We also believe that there should be a cooperation between Chongqing universities and our universities. We also believe that there should be a strong people-to-people relationship between Ethiopia and Chongqing. Ethiopia is already playing a very important role. In FOCAC, we are one of, I think, lead participants, active participants in FOCAC. When it comes to Belt and Road Initiative, we believe that Belt and Road initiative by President Xi is also important, and that's why Ethiopia is taking an active part in Belt and Road Initiative. We participated in the 2 forums in 2017 and 2019. In terms of role, I think we would continue supporting the Belt and Road Initiative, because it goes very well with our priorities in Ethiopia, because we believe that infrastructure, connection is very important. That's why we support the idea, and we are working very closely with the government of China. In 2019 April, when Prime Minister Abiy came to China, we signed a cooperation agreement or memorandum of understanding on Belt and the Road Initiative, and that makes Ethiopia as one of the first countries to sign an agreement on Belt and the Road Initiative. Now, so far, I think we have benefited from Belt and Road considered initiatives like railway construction between Addis Ababa and Djibouti. We also benefited a lot in terms of industrial capacity by way of industrial and park developments, and we believe that in that, I think we also set an example for other African countries where we can promote and develop industrial production capacity for countries like Ethiopia. In the region, we take a lead and champion role in connectivity. Therefore, definitely we are an active participant, and we contribute, we support the Belt and Road Initiative. It goes, as I said, very well with our national and regional priority.